Hi, welcome to my video on more problems using the cosine law. And again, remind you that if you wish to pause the video at any time and work out your answers before I do, be my guest. Number one, we have a triangle of 6 inches, 9 inches, 11 inches. Find the area to the nearest square inch. So we have a triangle and we can't use Sakatoa because no right triangle. We can't use sine law because we don't have an angle. So c squared a squared plus b squared minus 2ab cosine c. And we want to find the area. So I'm going to label this as angle C. This is small c. And I'll label this one as, the other two makes no difference. So small c is 6 inches. Angle A, we can make 11. Or sorry, side A is 11. B is 9. Minus 2, 11, 9, cos angle C. And if we want to take our time and work this out, then we get 36 equals 121, 81, and when we multiply 2 times 11 times 9, we get 198 cos C, and that gives us 36 equals, and we add that up, is 202 minus 198 cos C. Now, the cos C is like an X, so we move it to the left side, make it positive. 202 minus 36, so that's 198 cos C is 166, and we divide by 198, so cosine C is 166 divided by 198. And let's go up here. So that means angle C is cos to the negative 1 from 166 over 198. And I didn't change this to a decimal because I have a calculator. And that works out to be, when you plug it in your calculator, 33 degrees. So we want to find the area. So this angle here is 33 degrees to the nearest degree. And now we get the area of a triangle is a half. And we can go A, B, sine of the included angle, which I'm going to call theta. So that's a half. We said A was 11. B was 9. And that gives it sine of the angle, which is 33. Again, plug that into the calculator and you'll come up to the nearest as 38 square inches for the area. Okay, let's do another one. Find y to the nearest tenth. We have a triangle of y, 16 and 12 are the sides, and these are the angles. So what happens, we need to get some angles. So we know that 2x plus 9, add on 6x plus 50, add on x plus 31 is 180. Because the angles of a triangle add up to 180. So we add up the x's, 2, 6, and 1 is 9x. 9, 50, and 31 is 90. Equals 180. So 9x equals 180 minus 90. 9x is equal to 90. Divide by 9. X is equal to 10. So if we put the 10 in here, 6 times 10 plus 50 is 110 for that angle. We put 10 in here, we get 41. And we put 10 in here, we get 29. So we want to find y, so we need an angle. So we have this angle, so we can use the cosine law. So c squared is a squared plus b squared minus 2ab cosine c. Well, y is here, so I'm going to call this angle C, and this is my small c. So y is C, A is, you could say 16, B is 12, minus 2, 16, 12, cos of 110. And we can work all that out, or we can plug it into a calculator. 16 squared is 256. 12 squared is 144. And 2 times 16 times 12 is 384. Cos of 110. So that adds up to, when you plug all this into a calculator, you'll get 531.3. So the square root of y squared is plus minus the square root of 5313. So y is plus minus 23. And so y can't be negative, so it's a 23. And we found the value of y. We could have also gone with, we went with the cosine law here to get the y. Because we have all the angles, then we could have gone with sine law. So the sine of 110 over y is the sine of, you could say 41 over 16, or we could have went with the sine of 29 over 12. Either one would do. Cross multiply. Y is equal to 16 sine 110 divided by the sine of 41, and that also comes out to be around 22.9, so it's around 23. Okay, let's continue. Now, it says we have a triangle with 3 sides. Find the area to the nearest square meter. But to find the area, we need, area of a triangle is normally half the base times the height, but we don't have any base and height. Or we can use the area of a triangle is a half of AB sine theta. But we need an angle. So if we need an angle, let's call this angle C and small c. So we have to use the cosine law. So the cosine law, c squared is a squared plus b squared minus 2ab cosine c. This is angle C. So let's call this, let's call it x. And this is small c, so that's a 3. A and B, it makes no difference. We can say A is 6, B is 5, 2, 6, 5, cos angle x. Now we can work this out like a 9, 36, 25. That's a 10 times 6 is 60 cos x. And just take our time and keep working it out. 61 minus 60 cosine x. So 60, bring it over to the left, changing the sign. Cos 60 cos x equals 61 minus 9. 60 cos x equals 52. And that's cos, that's, make that a 0 there, that's a 60. So divide by 60. So cos x is 52 over 60. So x is equal to cos to the negative 1, 52 over 60. So x is equal to, that comes out to be 30 degrees. So now we need to get the area, and the area of a triangle, we have a 30-degree angle here. So area is half of AB sine of theta, which is included angle. So a half of, and if you want to say that A is 6, B is 5, sine 30, and that comes out to be, the sine of 30 is a half, so a half times a half that's 30 divided by 4, so it's a 7.5 square meters. You plug it in, sub that into a calculator, 0.5 times 6 times decimal 5 times 6 times 5 times sine 30, you'll get 7.5. And another way to work this out, remember, we looked at it, and I'll just, notice I worked this right on through, but we could, if you are inclined, solve this for sine, or sorry, solve it for cos C. So bring the negative 2 over to make it positive 2ab cos C is a squared plus b squared minus c squared. And then divide by 2ab, they cancel, and I get cos C is a squared plus b squared minus c squared over 2ab. Now we can plug in what a is, which is 6, plug in what b is, which is 5, and c is 3, 2, 6, 5. So cos C is 36, 25, 9, and that's 10, that's a 60. So cos C comes out to be 52 over 60. So we have the same as here. So either way you can work that out, your choice. So if you worked it out this way, then you get angle C is 30 degrees, and then you plug it into here. And so either way, you can solve it right on through, or solve it for cos C, and then sub in the A, B, and C. Your choice. Okay, now we have another one. Find the area of the quadrilateral A, C, B, D. You got to go around the order. A, C, B, D. Find the area. Well, I see two sides and included angle, so I can get the area of this triangle by half of AB sine theta. I can also see two angles here, so the angle D is 180 minus 55 minus 65, so the angle D comes out to be 60 degrees. Because the angle of the triangle add up to 180 degrees. So let's work out the area of this triangle. Let's take triangle ABC. So if the triangle is ABC, we have the area is a half of AB sine theta. So that's a half of 12, 7.4 sine 50. So working out the area of this triangle. And when you work that out, it comes out to be close to 34 square centimeters. So we have that area. Now we need to get the area of this one, but we don't have any sides. But because we have this triangle ACB with two sides and included angle, we can use the cosine law. C squared is A squared plus B squared minus 2AB cos C. And small c, which we can call this small c if you want, or we can say AB squared is 12 squared, 7.4 squared minus 2, 12, 7.4 cos of 50. And if you sub that into the calculator just like it is, just as I Write it out. Remember, that's a subtraction sign. You will come up with 86. So the square root of AB squared is plus or minus the square root of 86. So AB is equal to plus or minus, and that comes out to be a 9.3. So AB is got to be positive, so it's a 9.3. So now we have this length to be 9.3. Now to get the area of this triangle, we have this side. We can either get the side of AD, or we can get the side of DB. So let's work out the side of because we have one side and all the angles, we can use the sine law. So the sine of 60 over 9.3 is the sine of 55 over dB. dB, make that a B. So dB is equal to 9.3 sine 55 divided by the sine of 60. And again, sub that into a calculator, and dB length comes out to be 8.8, and it's centimeters. So now we have this side is 8.8. So now we can get, in terms of the triangle ABD, the area is a half of AB sine of the included angle. So that's a half of, and you can take either one of these, 8.8, 9.3, sine of the 65. And again, sub that in the calculator, and that comes out to be approximately 37.1. And it's in centimeters, so the area is square centimeters. So the total area is the area of triangle ACB, which is 34, plus the area of ABD, which is 37.1. So that's 71.1. And so the answer, we said to the nearest square centimeter, the answer is 71 centimeters squared. Again, you're using the sine law, you use the cosine law, you're using the area of a triangle. Excellent question to review all that you've learned. And the last sheet, a couple of more problems. A tracking station. A radar tracking station locates a trawler at a distance of 8 kilometers and a ferry at a distance of 10 kilometers. At the station, the angle between the boats is 140. How far apart are the boats? Nearest kilometer. So let's just draw. We need a 140 degree angle. So let's say that's a 140 degree angle. And that angle is between coming in from the boat. So let's say this is the station. And we have, let's put the ferry up here. And let's put the trawler here. So the distance from the tracking station, S, to the trawler is 8 kilometers. And the distance from the ferry, stations from the ferry is 10. So we join this up to form this triangle. So the incoming angle between the ferry and the trawler at the station is 140. And we want to find how far apart the boats are. So we let X. So we have C squared. Again, we have to use the cosine law. And again, this is the one I use all the time. So I'll say this is angle C, and this is small c. So small c is the X. A is 8. B is 10. A is 8. B is 10. Cos of 140. Now you can sub that into the calculator, and that will come out to be 286.6. So the square root of x squared is plus minus the square root of 286.6. X is equal plus minus a 16.92. So that's plus or minus to the nearest 17. And so the answer is 17 kilometers, because you can't have a negative distance. And one more. In a right triangle, show that the cosine law becomes the Pythagorean property when an angle is 90 degrees. In a right triangle, so let's draw a right angle. Here's a right triangle. The cosine law, c squared is a squared plus b squared minus 2ab cos c. So let's let the angle, right angle, be c. And this is c over here. So c squared is a squared plus b squared minus 2ab. C is the 90-degree angle. And what happens? That the cosine of 90 is 0. So c squared is equal to a squared plus b squared, which is the Pythagorean property when you have a right angle. C is the hypotenuse, a and b are the two legs. And if you think about it, hit your calculator, the cos of 90 is 0. Or think of it another way. If this is a unit circle, right here, this is 0, 1. This is 1, 0. There's the 90 degrees. So cos is the x, so the cos of 90 is 0. Or use your calculator. So that brings us to the end of this video. If you like my video, click the like button, click the subscribe button. Visit my math website, www.mathfullyexplained.com, to find more information about me, my video, and the content. That's the content on my YouTube channel called Math Fully Explained. Thank you for viewing my video. Bye-bye.